Hi Aquarius, welcome to your general messages for the first week of March, 1st through 7th. Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. So we're going to be just doing general messages for love as well as career. I'm going to timestamp below. We're going to start with love this week. Started with career last time. Just check the description box below, depending on what part you want to stay tuned for. And I'm also going to link the... I have a link there for my video. I did a video on all the astrology for the month, so I go kind of pretty in depth, having to do with the different energies. So if you want to check that out. And I also have a 20% off discount code in the description box to celebrate my 2-year anniversary. So I'm offering for the month of March 20% off of all my readings for those of you who might be interested in that. Okay, so let's get started on love. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have Mars and Gemini in your 5th house of romance. So let's see what messages that'll bring us. You also have a lot of stuff going on in your 1st house of self, Aquarius, right? We have that Sun conjunct Venus and, Jupiter and Mercury conjunct Aquarius. So you guys in your 1st house. A priestess. Somebody wants something with you, that's for sure. I'll get the Ace of Cups being offered to you here. In the recent past, we have the High Priestess. So really tapping into your intuition. This does indicate that maybe in the recent past you were single, or maybe you were in a relationship where you and your partner were keeping your relationship a secret from the rest of your life. You were in communication with somebody that you didn't really want to discuss anything with, and I feel like that could just be happening for you in this energy, just because of everything that's going on in that 5th house for you. But the High Priestess really is about the hidden. It's feeling one way inside and really not discussing it with anybody as well. Right? It's with things between you and another person and how you're feeling, you're really not sharing a whole lot. It's kind of like a secretive energy, the High Priestess. We have the Knight of Wands is the situation right now. So this could be somebody that you're very attracted to, for sure. And things speeding up though, and blocks being lifted in the area of relationship for you, and decisions coming in. Maybe that you've been waiting for. So maybe you've been waiting to hear from somebody, or maybe you've been just really stuck in the past of a situation and you've been healing, maybe you've been really healing. And now you're ready to kind of, get out there again. That's going to be for some of you. Some of you might be meeting a Knight of Wands energy. This is somebody who is really creative, very motivating, lots of energy, lots of stories to tell. Could be a little bit of an impatient person. They tend to make snap judgments about people based on their first impression, but they can be very, very charismatic, very talkative as well. All right, so Scorpio and Sagittarius energy. So very, very fired up. But you do want to make sure that somebody walks their talk, because this could be a little bit of a player energy if you're meeting somebody. Doesn't have to be, but that's definitely one interpretation of it. So it's a general reading. I just want to put it out there. You may also be in that space where you're ready to just maybe, just date, just date. But then we have this working with the 8 of Cups energy. Now, the 8 of Cups is about departure and change and having really good emotional intelligence having to do with relationship. Really good. It's like you're sensing, right, that something was just not right for you. Something didn't feel right. You might be in a space where something that you're in right now doesn't feel right, and recognizing that it's time to move on. And for many of you, you might have actually left the situation already emotionally, and you just really want to work on yourself. You just want to focus on you right now. But we have the crowning energy is the 2 of Cups. It's a very mutually supportive relationship is indicated here. This is a new passion for those of you who are not attached. A really good offer or proposal coming in. So this could just simply be you want to have dinner, you want to hang out, you want to have a baby, you want to get married, you want to move in together. Any kind of proposal, literally. But that's going to be followed up by a heavy discussion. But very positive though. And if things have been difficult for you, harmony coming back into the situation. Because this really is a very nurturing energy, and it's figuring things out through healthy communication. But right? But now that's the best to be achieved out of this. But what's going on right now, I feel like you are in a weird space. If you're with somebody, I feel like a lot of you are single, just because we get the High Priestess, we have the Eight of Cups, you're really wanting to work on yourself. You know, you're feeling very fired up and you want to work on yourself. But I do feel like there's some offer is going to be coming in. But then we have the unpredictable Knight of Swords energy as the foundation. And this is all about, if this is a person that you're dealing with, this is somebody who has a lot to say. They're very forthright. They're ready to come in and fight about what they believe in and the relationship. And I need this and I want that, and you do this and you do that. And really at the end of the day, it's kind of like they draw up the drama, because they get bored very easily and then they want to move on, and so they create the drama. They take no responsibility for reconciliation or apologies or anything like that, and then you're left there standing. So some of you may be dealing with an energy like that, but in general, it's the sudden truth of a situation coming out, and any sort of underlying conflict being exposed that can end up being a big relief for you at the end of the day. You may end up being confused about it, but there's a relief having to do with this, depending on what your situation is. Just wait for things to settle. The Knight of Swords energy is like a very frenetic energy, so just wait for that to settle. But I do have you being a little confused. We got the Two of Pentacles, so there are these two things that you need to decide between, right? Which pentacle are you going to put down and which one are you going to hold on to? And you're going to need to negotiate with yourself, all right, about what is the best choice for you. It really is. It's about having two connections, right? Because a pentacle is not only a pentacle in tarot, it's mental, physical, emotional connection. So you may literally be with one person, but maybe you're communicating with somebody else, or maybe you are by yourself and you're really liking that, you're communicating and you're not sure if you even want to engage with the person, but somebody wants something with you, because we have the Ace of Cups is the external energy that's impacting you. So this is really nice. I mean, for those of you who happen to be in an existing relationship, if you're in that space, this is a very strong love and support kind of energy. If you are single, this does indicate meeting somebody new and falling in love, but somebody wanting to fall in love with you, somebody wanting to offer you something, coming in and wanting, maybe somebody asking you out, or maybe you're with them already and they're presenting you with this offer and you're trying to figure out what to do. Your challenge here is the Ace of Wands, which is interesting. I mean, this is a very auspicious energy in tarot for all areas of your life, really. But this is about new beginnings. This could indicate a new chapter, but it's a new chapter of passion. And this is your challenge. So some of you may be having a really hard time. If you're on your own, I'll see a lot of you just might be healing here. A lot of you might be healing. Again, Eight of Cups, High Priestess, right? You're very fired up. Feeling very passionate. Does seem like somebody's coming in. They want to offer you something. Two of Cups, Ace of Cups. Somebody new is coming in. And you're needing to decide what you want to do. But you're having a hard time starting something new with somebody. That's always challenging, right? I mean, for those of you resonating with this, it's always challenging when you've been in a relationship and then you go try to get into another one to trust it and, not worry that the same thing's not going to happen. But we do have some confusion here as the near future energy. This is choices and confusions and commitment issues. And really, you're going to be in a space where you're not sure what's fantasy and not, and things are going to feel up in the air. But this can be the beginning stages of a relationship. So you have to pay attention to your instincts. And if you have a minute, definitely listen to the astrology, because I talk a lot about this weird dreamy energy that March is going to bring, but it's also going to be giving us a feeling of we need to release something from our past and wondering if we're able to trust what's in front of it. And that's exactly this card. I should have mentioned that in the astrology reading. It's like a Seven of Cups energy. So we have the Ace of Pentacles here as the final outcome. So Ace is always brand new. Pentacle being mental, physical, emotional connection. This is definitely auspicious for your love life. There's no question, right? You're going to get very lucky in love. And I know that sounds very cheesy, but that is what the Ace of Pentacles means. It's a very fortuitous new beginning having to do with something. So let's see if we can't get maybe a little deeper into whatever's going on with the psychology here. Does seem like that. It's funny, we got the Knight of the Knight of Swords here. Mars in Gemini is again in your 5th house. And Mars is that warrior planet that's obsessed with us, you know, being with the right people, being on the right path. Because if we're not, and we're not paying attention to the signals, he will come in and take that person away from us if they're not meant for us, right? That's what Mars does. It's in the 5th house, and it's in Gemini. That can be very confusing for you. You might not even be sure what you want in a relationship right now. But the energy is so well aspected for you to meet somebody. Karmic relationship. Butterfly. Clock. Soulmates. Yeah, listen. Karmic and soulmates, they're not always fun. They're just not always fun. Karmic and fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go and loving you. Not always easy, you know, because it's all about the lessons. Butterfly, relationship evolving into the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. So the next phase could be not together. The next phase could be figuring it out. It's going to depend on your situation. Then we have the clock. Need time, takes time, in time, cycles. Time to heal, to progress. And then we have soulmates, soul connection, partnership agreement, soul contract. So for those of you in a situation, in a relationship, I feel like it might be a bit of a challenging situation for you. Karmic, our connection still affects me. I still feel you on my soul. Mental health is an issue in this connection. I never told you the full truth about my childhood. It wasn't good, and I'm still trying to figure it out. You show me a stability and security I have never known. It's under the stalemate energy. So with the clock, it's I never told you the full truth about my childhood. It wasn't good. I'm still trying to figure it out. I feel like somebody in this connection is doing a lot of heavy duty, like shadow work, working on themselves, really trying to figure out why they do what they do. They might be struggling here, you know. But somebody definitely misses you. There's no question. But it seems like they're kind of confused about where they're at in their life right now. So, yeah. Okay. So that is what we have for the relationship. Just going to pull a couple the astro cards just to get an idea of focus for you for relationship. Let's just see. First, I'll pull a moon card. Any extra messages that Aquarius needs to understand for a relationship right now. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So if you're working hard in a relationship, that's that same energy as like having Saturn on the 7th. Those of you who know your chart. We have the 8th house, which is how we show up as a we in relationship. We have the moon, which is all about emotions. And then we have you. We have Aquarius. Doing something different. So doing something different as you get into a relationship here and how you show up as a we in relationship. You know what I mean by showing up as a we? It's like sharing money, sharing intimacy, sharing connection. How you share, you really need to really respect how what you're feeling emotionally regarding a situation, and And really always ask yourself the question, you know, is this going to be okay moving forward into the future? But it's recognizing that you're going to need to put some hard work into something having to do with the emotions. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the stuff that like long-term relationships are made of. We have Virgo, beautiful. Virgo's all about problem solving, the alchemist. Excellent energy to get for this. I love it. Because this is about being, it's critical, right? But it's critical in order to solve a problem that's going on, some sort of situation that's going on. Virgo is the landlord of the 6th house. The 6th house is the house of problems. It's why the Hermit in Tarot is associated with the with Virgo energy, because he goes to the mountaintop to solve problems, right? So really nice stuff, guys. I feel like you're going through a lot right now, but people, your energy is really attractive to others. So you're going to be meeting people, I guess meeting people online, whatever, however much we can go out. So let's go into career, money. This could be legal situations that are connected to money, inheritance, insurance payouts, buying a home, selling a home, buying or selling a business, anything like that. Actual career, what you do, maybe what you're doing right now to work towards your career. So maybe your area of study. 10 of Wands, so something is going to be changing here. It's for the High Priestess. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys are thinking about leaving whatever it is that you're doing. Oh yeah, got the Tower. It's you right now. That's you right now, the Tower. So in the past, you were all about your wish fulfillment. You were really happy in whatever it was. I mean, this could have even been, like, let's say if the finances that we're here about have to do with the divorce, maybe you were happy in the past. Money was okay, or you were happy in that job, or you were happy studying in that field, or whatever it was, you were happy in, because this is all about wish fulfillment, you know, and manifesting, right? Manifesting something here. In the past, really putting in the hard work to manifest it. But now we have the 10 of Wands, and we have this working with the High Priestess. So I actually feel like you're feeling very overwhelmed having to do with something. That is the 10 of Wands energy, is the card of overwhelm. It's responsibilities, it's burdens, feeling very overloaded. And when it comes to work, I always call this like the catch-22 energy too. It's like you're so overwhelmed and you're so busy that you actually... And you might be realizing, oh my gosh, I really don't like my job, or I really don't like what I'm studying, but you're so entrenched in it, you don't have time to actually change anything. And it's that level of frustration. It could certainly indicate that. But it's the card of overwhelm anyway, and needing to put it down. So there's this idea of ending a cycle having to do with whatever that financial situation is. So maybe you're ending the marriage, you're leaving the job, you're... you know, you're making this decision. Some of you may be making a decision to actually begin a lawsuit in this energy. You're feeling very overwhelmed. You're doing a lot of thinking. You're not discussing it with anybody. The High Priestess is about intuition and wisdom, but secrets, right? It's secrets here. But this is also indicating that you need to be patient, because success is coming, but something needs to mature or be nurtured. You know, there needs to be like this inciting of growth. So that's why I'm saying like the two of those together. This could be the start of a lawsuit. This could be the idea of, you know, maybe really good energy if you're changing whatever it is. Whatever you're shifting into is good. It's good, but you're going to have a lot of patience. So we have the Queen of Cups energy here. In astrology, this is Gemini and Cancer. So I like this a lot because and I want to explain it to you, having to do with the astrology in that way, because Gemini is the 3rd house of communication and doing business, signing things on the dotted line. Cancer has to do with home. So this is perfectly indicated if you're buying any kind of property, selling any kind of property, anything like that. But it could also have to do with your sense of safety and feeling grounded in something. So maybe you're doing business, you're signing on the dotted line, and the money that you're going to be making is really going to help you to feel more secure, right? And what I like about this is like the best to be achieved space as the crown. So I do like that, because ultimately whatever's going to happen is going to be good, but I do feel like it's going to be different than anything that you're doing right now. It's very interesting. Now, the foundation we have is the Queen of Pentacles, and this is really taking care of yourself in a situation, checking in on yourself to make sure that you're feeling good about whatever it is that you're in. And that's very important. And that's going to be almost impossible for you to not do with the Jupiter or Mercury conjunct in Aquarius in your first house. You're just going to be wanting to do that. But the Queen of Pentacles is a very reliable energy, really reliable. Now, this can indicate money coming to you, or you being in very good financial position as the foundation. So whatever choices that you're making right now are ultimately for your best good, because you have the energy for growth here. And I like that I'm getting that, plus then I see the Empress. That with the Queen of Cups, there's a lot of growth here, but it's going to be away from what you're doing. Your position, we have the Tower. So, I mean, the lights have come on, you know, having to do with something, and you can't ignore it anymore, you know. There's a restructuring going on here. So some of you might be actually restructuring your business. You might have, there's a complete change in circumstances having to do with what you're either doing for money. You know, maybe the complete change in circumstances is something has happened to you and there's a complete change in circumstances that's impacting your money. So this could have to do with anything from a divorce to leaving a job, quitting a job, getting fired, selling a business, anything like that. But it's definitely like this change, this huge change, right, of circumstances. Now, for those of you who are dealing with any sort of property matter, this could also indicate that a property that you were hoping to materialize for you ends up not. Could also indicate challenging contracts. So the energy external to you, though, this is a really good offer coming in. This is going to be impacting you. This is a proposal, you know. Now, this could also be a proposal within a job that you're in right now. So you might change the way you're doing something, or you might change your area of study. You might change the point of focus of your career. You know what I mean? Like just shift, maybe, you know, doing what you're doing, but just maybe in a different way. But somebody offering you something here. This is an offer coming in. Oh, this could even be somebody offering you a new job altogether. So we have this working with the Hierophant is in your challenge position. So you're having a really hard time conforming to something. You just, you know, you want to be original. You want to do your own thing. You don't want to have to conform to the rules of somebody else's game. And that's such an Aquarius thing to feel, because you guys like to do things out of the box. It's very important that you do what you do in the way that you like to do it, you know. But this does indicate, like, your challenge here is being able to progress forward in what it is that you're doing, you know, and you're challenged in that. You might be confused. Maybe you're dealing with just, and somebody might be coming in and saying, like, oh, Aquarius, you could do this, you could do that. Maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a partner, maybe, you know, do this, do that. And you're just like challenged by it. It's like, stop telling me what to do. I really kind of want to, you know, do my own jam. This is the Emperor. The Emperor really is the leadership energy. It's, you know, excellent, right? This is about organizing your finances, finding balance in work and money matters, just things being fair for you. And you being very of the mind where it's like, how do I feel in this? It's really going to be a thing for you here, which is really nice. Because if you're not liking your job right now and you think a situation at work is not fair, and what's going to happen is it's not going to motivate you. And you're not going to feel passionate, and you're going to feel super stifled. You're going to want to be very creative. You know, I feel like this also, because you have this fifth house energy, Mars and Gemini in the fifth house. Now, applying it to this, Mars rules Aries. the Aries is the Emperor energy. This is happening in the 5th house. 5th house is not only romance, it's also creativity and entrepreneurial efforts. And Gemini, and Mars is in Gemini, and Gemini is all about doing business, signing on the dotted line, communicating. So maybe you want to do something new in communication, you want to do something maybe online. But whatever it is, you want to be your own boss. The Emperor energy is typically, even if you work for like a larger company, you being able to do your own thing, you know, where you could make your own rules. And then we have the Empress energy as the final outcome, which is fabulous. This is all about growth and you know, being very inventive, very creative. It's just a secure energy coming in, for sure, having to do with money. I mean, I like it. Whatever you're going to want to bring to yourself in your life, you're going to be able to support it. It's like that kind of energy. It's really good. Really good. I do like it for you. All right, let's pull some astro cards. Let's see what we get. Okay, the moon energy, moonology says, what do you need to release? A waning moon. So I feel like you need to just be super honest with yourself about how does this financial situation resonate with you? Do you like how it's going? You know? Yeah. Now, for some of you, I want to go back to the Hierophant energy, also indicates marriage. So a challenge for you could be releasing your marriage. You just want to just be by yourself. Just go off on your own. We have the 11th house of goals and gains. It's the second money house, 11th house. We have the Sun, whose ego, for good or bad, is getting in the way. And then we have the Aries energy. Yeah. The Aries energy, Emperor. More Mars, you know, Aries is ruled by Mars, more Mars there. The 11th house works across from the 5th house. So I feel like a lot of you are going to want to start doing something where you're shifting the part of the brain that you really want to exercise as far as how you make money. So you guys have a very science mind, right? You know, generally speaking, very technologically based and all of that. You want to do something that's very creative, though. It's in that realm. Conjunction, empowerment, love it. This is about combining your skill set and doing something different. I love it. This is about concentration and the joining of your talents, your gifts, your abilities, and bringing them together in a very powerful way. This is very positive. It really is. So that is what I have for you guys for the career portion of your reading. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.